Talk about that, the religion of the censors. It's all the same. If you're censoring religious speech or political speech or economic speech, your religion is Satanism. It's not like maybe. So if you look at the Mormons, it's actually Freemasons created Mormonism. Joseph Smith was a Freemason, and he created a new religion with lies that are provably dishonest. But the Masons today, like I was in this very cafe, and a whole crew of Mormons came in. It was about like over 12 people. And they came just before closing, and they were talking about that prophet who was like Moses, but we don't know who he is, and he's a little bit off. And then I'm like, what are they talking about? It's a group of Mormons came in here, and coincidentally, I was being censored on YouTube by a Mormon. And so it's like the Mormon was, deleting my comments, and he had whatever job he had the ability to do it. And I could see his profile because he's talking and he's giving his little spiel on whatever I had to say, and I'm not allowed to speak, but the Mormon is allowed to speak. And coincidentally, a whole group, and he was local too. I looked at his profile. He was from New Hampshire. He's not far from where I'm living. So that the YouTube censor, a Mormon, was speaking, just completely false. Like he has his narcissistic worldview, which is Satanism. Every Satanist is the same. If you see a Marxist, every Marxist I've ever met feels they understand the Bible better than anybody in the world. Much better. And they're completely evil in thinking that. It's like, oh, great. Oh yeah, we're just stupid. We are dummies. And he's a smart guy. Yet there's nothing smart about the guy. But this is a common thing. What is he? He's good at it. He's good at lying and being a selfish, immoral piece of garbage. And that's what the Mormon Church is actually promoting. It's being like, there's a guy, Dan Macallen, and he's like, watch his videos, and he's anti-Bible, but he's pro-Mormon. And it's like, what's this guy's take on things? Oh, yeah, we're supposed to be narcissistic communists because the Bible's wrong. We're not supposed to listen to the Bible, but we're supposed to listen to the Mormon Church, which is kind of like a skew from the Bible, but because you can't use the Bible, you have to use the Mormon Church to guide you. And they're communists, they're Satanists, they're capitalists. You look at what's his name, the guy running for presidency a few years ago. That's a Mormon. He was, lying to the people. He's looking for money, power, and you should follow him. The Mormons were very Mitt Romney, they're very supportive of Mitt Romney, and you go like, what's going on here? Because human values is not good enough. You have to have these ecclesiastic values. And the Bible actually is clear saying, no, you don't have to have ecclesiastic values, you have to have human values. You live as an honest, rational, logical person, not as a mythical, magical person. But all these different kinds of Catholicism, so Mormons and Masons or Catholics, if you self-identify as Jewish, but you're actually not Jewish, the Bible tells what a Jew is, but these, modern Jews, they don't actually go by the Bible standard, they go by this matriarchy. It's just quite simply, they go by a matriarchy. They're not actually Jewish. And the Bible says Jewry is a patriarch tribe line of one of the tribes of Israel. It's just a simple thing. It's not an opinion. It's just what the Bible says. But they go, no. We go by a matriarchy. A matriarchy is, that's the real way. And they give a broken logical reason why. It says, you're not supposed to get wives from other places. You're supposed to keep wives from, the tribes of Israel. And now they have this matriarchy in their system, but it's not correct. And in fact, that's what Nephilim is. L.A. Marzulli talks about the Nephilim, but he himself is a Nephilim, because in L.A. Marzulli's take on what the Nephilim is, it's some kind of racial thing, just like the Dan Macallen. He's talking about racial values, or the Democrats talk about racial values, or the Jewish people talk about racial values, or the white supremacists talk about racial values. So according to L.A. Marzulli, you got to watch out for like your jaw shape, or your eyes, or your blood type, or your skull shape. That's not what Nephilim is about. Nephilim is about philosophy. If you have a corrupt philosophy or the doctrine of demons, then you're Nephilim. A human is supposed to have a logical philosophy by logic. And Ellie Marzulli, he believes in censorship. Dan Macallen believes in censorship. All the Democrats believe in censorship. The Jews believe in censorship. And the capitalists believe in censorship. But that's a doctrine of demons. It's because they're not human. Okay, to be human is you have a logical doctrine. If you're not human, you have some other kind of doctrine. It's an emotional doctrine. It's a insidious doctrine. And that's the doctrine of demons. That's what we're dealing with these people.